Okay.
This would be part of the blooper.
Okay.
No, Canada.
Who wants to go back? But action.
I have a bad
Quench
seltzer.
my thirst.
Wait, what? Your coffee?
Yeah.
Okay. Whenever you're ready.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, take action.
3, 2, 1, action.
Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your favorite girl here, Ella. And joining me here today is Olivia.
Hello.
We are law students at the University of Birmingham. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. Remember to like, share, subscribe, turn on your notification bell so you get notified whenever I post my videos. Leave me a comment in the comment section if you have any questions whilst watching, or at the end of the video, let us know what your favorite part is. Today we're joined with Olivia. Sorry, not with Olivia, by Olivia.
Bye,
Today
Olivia.
we are joined by
Olivia. It's okay.
Oh my god.
It's okay.
Oh, why am I stressed about it? I'm living like some lozenges and I have a sore throat, so I'm thinking about it. I don't want the sound to make anyways.
Yeah, it's okay.
You know what? If you're a returning subscriber, I forgot to thank you. Thank you so much for returning back to watch this video.
Hi, mommy.
Hi, Olivia. You took that out. That was my line.
Hi, mommy. Hi, Eva. Hi, puppy.
Hi, Olivia's mom and the rest of the family that watches my video. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoy Olivia's segment today. Olivia is taking over the channel. All right, now that you've stolen my first line,
sorry,
it literally says special shout out to Olivia's mom.
Oh, sorry. sorry.
I think we can go ahead and ask, who are you, Olivia? Just give us a little background about yourself.
Okay, it's so weird looking into the camera.
Smile.
I know. Okay, hello everyone. My name is Olivia. I'm a first-year student at the University of Birmingham. I'm in the LLB for Graduates program, the 2-year program. I grew up in Vaughan, Ontario my entire life. I went to York University for 4 years. Yeah. We actually in the same program. We took Law and Society, but at different times. But we were in school at the same time together.
But never came across.
But like never came across each other. I feel like that happens a lot over here. Like I've known, like me and Mo, we went to York together at the exact same time, graduated in the same time, and like we did the same, because she did UCI, which is like the United Caribbeans, and I did OLAS, which is Organization of Latin American Students. And we came across each other, but we never knew each other. So I find that when you come over here too, you'll meet a lot of people like that. But anyways, so I got here in September of this year.
2024.
2020, yes, it's 2025. Yeah, you know what I meant. In 2020, I got here in 2024 in September. And I don't know what the next question is.
Did you always want to go to law school?
Yes. Yes.
Like why you will be, why you're not like law school or something?
Okay, so long story short. So since I was 7 years old, I've always wanted to be a lawyer.
That's the thing they say we shouldn't write on our law applications.
I know, I didn't. I didn't. But yeah, since I was 7, I've always wanted to be a lawyer. I've been fascinated about law. Watched Criminal Minds. X-Files is like my favorite TV show of all time. And I just always wanted to help people. That is like my main goal in life. When I was 16 years old, my family, we went to a reserve in Peterborough. And this is when I got introduced to Indigenous people and also introduced to murdered and Indigenous women and children in Canada. And that alone pushed me in the direction of wanting to do Indigenous law and also employment law. Because I want to actually help people that are deserving of help. So yeah, that is kind of the main reasons as to why. And also just coming from immigrant parents and grandparents and just surrounding myself by different types of people, different environments, I'm like, yeah, this is definitely the career path that I want to do. And taking leadership roles in university, I was a president of the Organization of Latin American Students. I did, oh my gosh, what was I? What was I?
You were many things.
I was many things. What else did I do?
Application.
You did? Oh yeah, no, I did a lot of things. What did I do? I did Frosh. That's what I was thinking of. Orientation, yes, I did. I was a frosh leader for 3 years.
At York, yeah.
At York, I was that person on the megaphone screaming at you when you walked in.
What residence were you? Was it, you said you look Vanier-ish?
Oh, do I get Vanier vibes?
Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah.
But I was McLaughlin.
Really?
Yeah, I was.
Law school? Okay.
Yes,
Law
I was
society.
McLaughlin.
Okay.
Go Mac, go
Okay.
Wolves.
No, go strong.
Wolves.
We are strong.
Oh,
I was
Stong.
Yeah.
But Stong is
I was a resident
kinesiology.
Yeah,
Okay.
but I lived there. I
Okay,
picked it because the
okay.
name was weird. What the heck is Stong? Like, I was like, okay, I'm gonna leave
Stong,
here.
yeah.
So-
yeah. But I was Mac, so that's where I met all my friends, and I made a lot of connections from that point on. And honestly, I'm so happy that I went to York because it pushed me into so many directions and gave me so many different experiences. And I'm truly thankful of going to York. The reason that I chose to come to the UK instead of going to schools
Canadian
in
law
Canada, to be completely honest with you,
we like honesty.
Yes. I just wanted to change. I grew up, in Canada and Ontario, and I'm a very much adventurous person, and I wanted to try something different. So I applied. I was working at a law firm for 2 years. I finished my last exam at York on a Friday and then started at the law firm on the Monday. So I only had literally 2 days of partying and then straight to work and straight to the corporate world. And I was a corporate girly for 2 years. So my first year working at the law firm, I learned so much. Oh my gosh,
You gotta plug me into that.
Yeah,
I need some law firm experience.
Yeah, so it's a litigation boutique in Toronto, right in front of the CN Tower. It was like my suit's dream. I was Rachel, and I'm so grateful for that experience. And I actually got through that experience through LinkedIn. One day I was just in my room, just applying on Indeed, LinkedIn, Then I applied and I got a call, did a phone interview, straight into going into the office, did an in-person interview. Then two hours later, they hired me.
Whoa.
And yeah, I'm that girl. Yeah, and I'm so thankful.
Wait. A lot of my guests on this channel have had the most non-traditional route to getting a job. So I know Kate had the same thing where she was a paralegal too in Calgary. My other friend Sana as well, she had some experience last summer at a law firm too, and she just sent cold emails to just different law firms. So you all are inspiring me to just do the same thing, like tout all these law firms and be like, give me experience, I'm great, hire me in 2 hours. What do you need? I have a YouTube channel, I'll promote your firm.
Honestly, I think what they really liked about me was it wasn't even because I was a server for 5 years and I served a bunch of places in Toronto and stuff. But the one thing that they saw is what I did in university. It's me being the president, me doing a bunch of things, me a
leadership.
part of leadership.
Okay, that's
Is it working again?
It's working now.
Okay. Like leadership was the biggest thing, and they wanted to know how I delegated and could multitask all these and juggle all these different things while also in school, while also having a part-time job, and also just being a young woman and trying to push in society. And it was also COVID time, so also juggling that, and we all know how it was back then. That's literally all they asked me during the in-person interview and how I did that, and gave me scenario questions, and then boom, then I got hired there. And I'm really thankful that I had that experience just because I knew from them, boom, I wanted to be a lawyer. I've always known, but I think putting yourself in that environment will show you if you can handle the pressure and the stress. It will show you if you are that type of person, because that's one thing. If anyone is thinking about going to law school, I highly recommend working at a law firm so you can see the ins and outs of what actually goes on day by day. Because with the career conference that we had, it was extremely insightful and super helpful for me because I want to do the LLM route. But at the same time, it's you don't really know it until you immerse yourself and you're in it. And it takes a specific personality to be a lawyer. And I don't care what anybody says, you need to have a very strong personality because it is a lot. It is a lot. Some days I would start at 7:45, to 3. Some days I would start from 9 to 5.
For being a what were you?
Oh yeah, so my
role there?
position, I was receptionist and also office administrator. So I would obviously be at reception, but I also would cover for different departments. So I would do like the printing when like the printing girl wasn't there. So I got to bind affidavits and motions and stuff, and like I would see how to actually put everything all together, how to print it, the proper things to send to the court, and like that stuff is so stressful. You may think that it's like no, like you need a specific color for the back of the thing that has to be a certain way. The tabs need to be in a specific order, and it's a lot to even go through a maneuver, but I'm so happy I had that experience. So as a lawyer, I know. And also just putting yourself in a different role, like because all my friends back home are legal assistants or court reporters and stuff, so they get like it actually in like
into the field.
Yes, and like in the hearings, and they know how it gets broken down. And I'm happy they had that experience. Obviously, I can't sit in the hearings, but I'm hearing them.
Yeah.
I'm speaking to the clients.
Yeah.
I'm bringing them their coffee, and you know, and talking to them and stuff. So it was really cool, and I'm really happy I had that. I did learn a lot of things because, as I said, my friends are legal assistants, so I would sit with them and I would look, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's a lot. It's a lot going on, but yeah. That's pretty much it.
That's good. I think you've touched on every single question I'm going to ask.
Oh God,
I
sorry.
wanted to ask.
Sorry.
But don't apologize. We'll still revisit everything turn by turn.
Yeah.
So okay, you spoke about your experience from York and then why you decided to come to the UK. You know, wanted to see something new. You had grown up in Move On, Ontario, your life, and just basically thirsty for something new.
Yeah,
essentially.
100%.
So would you say, like, did you have any thoughts of UOB or the UK or Birmingham in general coming in? Did you have any expectations, and has your expectation been met in the last almost 1 year that you have been here?
So I went to the UK fair with my friends, and this is actually when I met Paul. So
Me too.
My
But
bestie,
different years.
Yeah, different years. But my bestie Paul, I love him. I met Paul at the UK fair, and I fell in love
Was
with
it Canada Law Firm abroad, or you did the SKI?
SKI UK. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
That
actually
one.
the same thing.
They're basically the same thing. And I fell in love with UOB, and it was actually like a year's process because you have to apply in a year in advance. And I knew that I didn't want to stay in Canada, so I was like, you know what? Let's just full force. I went to York, got my transcripts. You have to pay for that, which is insane. But anywho, got my transcripts, and then on my downtime at work, I would be researching, because when you apply through like Canada through Law Abroad or SI UK, you send them your transcripts, and then they give you a breakdown of.
I have the video on this channel. Go watch it. I'll link it.
It gives you, they tell you what universities that you can apply to.
Yeah.
So University of Birmingham was obviously one of them that I could apply to with, depending on like what my GPA was. And I think it was like 50 that girl sent me. I think it was like 50. So I
50
went
what?
universities.
Schools?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So I went through every single one, and I'm very big about diversity and culture. So, University of Birmingham was one of the ones that was like really stand out when it comes to that stuff. It's very important to me. So that was one thing that I really look at. And I'm not gonna lie, I looked at the aesthetic too. I'm really big about aesthetics. So
the old 125-year-old
100%, and like it being like a red brick university, I was like, yeah, like 100%. This is the place that I want to go to. So nailing 50 schools just down to 5, because you have to pick 5. I picked, so UOB was my top choice, then University of Leeds, City, University of London, Kent, and then University of Leicester. So those were my top 5. I had a whole spreadsheet. I put how much it was cost like tuition.
UOB is pretty expensive.
It's up there. University of Birmingham and Leeds are very like, but Leeds was more expensive than UOB. I think so, and I think that, and also I was really big about having a Canadian community, and also having Canadian courses. I don't think Leeds had the course, and I think that's why I kind of put that as my last choice. But I know City had it, and I know Leicester and Birmingham. I did that whole spreadsheet. I picked the residences that I wanted to live in and how much each of those would cost, and then then I just had a whole breakdown. And every single day I would be looking, I'm like, okay, searching stuff like on Reddit and like trying to find like finding videos on YouTube and stuff. Like I was doing as much as research as possible. And I just fell in love with UOB, and I actually never came and visited. So the first time I touched down in England, my very first time was to Birmingham. Which is crazy, because some people like would come and like do the open day tours and everything, but Olivia didn't do that.
That's fine. I didn't do it too.
It's okay. Like,
I got no money to be traveling all the way
who
here.
Who has money for that? No. So YouTube's enough. YouTube,
yes, Ella's channel is enough.
Yeah,
to show you
YouTube and TikTok is
and
enough
TikTok
for
too,
that. It's not really recommended. I don't really recommend it because I fell in love with it. As soon as I got here, because it's such a beautiful campus.
Yeah. So I'm hearing that it has lived up to your expectations.
100%, yeah. Yo, when I got here, I was like, and I saw the clock, I was like, oh my gosh. So we're yes.
Really?
Yeah. I was like, oh my gosh, this is so beautiful. And like, remember when they had like the law marquee right outside the law school? I was like, okay. Let me get my tote back. Yeah. I loved it so much.
And those teddies and everything.
Yes. I didn't have teddies. I had like the lanyards.
But did you pick a teddy this time?
I did. I did. I stole one.
You worked for it.
I worked for it, yeah. MC. But yeah, I was super happy. But if I'm, again, being completely honest, when I got here, it was a lot. I realized in that moment that I'm really not the best with change. Mm-hmm. And when I got here, I was crying. Mm-hmm. I was a little bit in a panic mode because I'm like, oh my gosh, I am on the other side of the world, and my family and my friends are on the opposite side.
It hits you.
It hits you. It definitely hits you. And I'm a very independent person. I've just always been like that my whole life. But one thing that everyone knows Olivia's gonna do what she want to do. Mm-hmm. So I'm happy, that my parents supported me and like my grandparents supported me in this decision, because I think it is a lot just to let your child, obviously,
travel to another continent.
Yeah. And obviously, I'm a grown adult.
It doesn't matter. You'll always be like a baby to
I'm a baby to them, I'm also the firstborn, so me paving the way for my brother, my sister, and my cousin. But so when I got here, it was a lot, and I was like, Olivia, what are you doing? But I sat in my first lecture and I said, yeah, this is 100% what I want to do.
That's good.
100%. And it's for a lot of people who didn't do law. So obviously us doing law in society, it's similar, but it's not. It's not
similar.
I think it is. No. Personally. I'm pretty used to the readings and the essay writing
But it's different though. Like, we didn't get problem questions in New York. There was nothing like that.
No, like the essay writing, I would say, yeah. I haven't done, like in law society, I didn't do any multiple choice.
No, multiple choice, no.
Yeah, multiple choice. We have to do multiple choice for LSAM, but
but the writing, I don't know, the writing here for me is different. I don't know, there's something rigid. I know every university cares about plagiarism, but there's something about the UK that they're really overly stressed on it. Like, they really show everything to the student. Let us have access to the Turnitin, so we'll see what's going on before we make some
100%.
That's the easiest way to cut this. Like, why do you have to? I don't know. It was just too. Yeah. Anyways, it's not a ranting video for me. Yeah. No. Yeah, that's not. Hi, welcome to my channel. I'm just kidding. No, but that's good. I'm happy that you had a good experience so far, and it seems like you're having a good time in Birmingham as a city as well. I am. Having an opportunity to travel and all that stuff. Okay. Yeah. That's good. I think this will lead us nicely into the next question, which is, you spoke about the Canadian community here. Yes. Obviously, we're both members of the UOB Canadian Society. Yes, ma'am. Olivia is currently our first year rep, but she's going to be president next year. Yes, ma'am. Literally in a couple of months, which is for the 2025 and 26 calendar year. I'm currently marketing coordinator. So I just wanted to ask, in terms of our society, what did you think about it just as a student, even before you got the role as first year rep? Are there some changes that you would like to make as you become president next year? Or like what are some things that you would like to take on? Just something short so we can go to the next question.
Sorry, I talk a lot.
Just looking at the time, it's almost 1:30.
Oh well, I talk a lot, sorry.
It's okay.
So with the Canadian Society, yes, I remember like going to like the guild chambers and I was like, oh my gosh, so many Canadians. When I first got here and we went to the inductions, I like heard my friends like Izzy and Christina talking and I whipped my head and I was like, are you Canadian? And they're like, yeah. I was like, yay. And that's the day we went to, where did we go that day? We went out somewhere for something, but I was really happy meeting everyone and meeting you guys and going to the Halloween.
Yeah.
The Halloween event.
That was a breakaway. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's when I met all the Canadians and I was so happy. And I'm be completely honest with you, I only have one British friend. All my friends are Canadian. Yeah.
I'm trying to... Paul's my British friend. Well,
yeah.
He's a prop too.
Yeah, he's prop.
I do have a British friend, but it doesn't count because she schooled in York.
Oh, doesn't count. Doesn't count. That doesn't count.
I'm trying to think.
Yeah.
It's a Canadian cohort anyways, so.
Yeah, very Canadian. Like, that is one thing I will
Just
say.
know that.
I was super happy meeting like Tony and all you guys and Kate and Lucian and Hamza and everyone. But yeah, I was ecstatic. And I'm happy that I'm a part of the community and like now, you know, going into next year, one thing that I would change is having more socials. I think just from like obviously Canadian Tuxedo, it was not as big as I thought it was genuinely going to be, but that's okay. But next year I want to have more socials more frequently, not only being at the club and be at one and stuff, but more bars or lounges or like doing like the lane 7, maybe have it earlier on. They gave me trouble.
The money.
They gave me trouble, but I'm having it more early on in the year, planning. And a games night and movie night. I think just having that community, because everything academic, it just gets so exhausting.
Stressful, yeah, that's true.
It gets so exhausting sometimes, and you just need a break. A whole break.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Thank you for sharing that thought and experience with us. I totally support, more socials and all of that. And obviously, since you've had this experience behind the scenes, you can then not only you and the community that can now deal with the guild as well as the outside world where you also plan to have events, which is great. So let's go to advocacy. I don't want to ask you anything about jobs or whatever because you already answered that in the beginning. So I know UOB runs some advocacy related events, like maybe, for example, there's pro bono, there's debating, mooting, client interviewing, negotiation, or the Go Global experience that allows UOB students, but specifically narrowing down to law students, to travel abroad and get some legal experience beyond the UK. So have you done any of those? Have you applied for any? Like, what's the situation going on?
So I applied for 2 things. I applied for Go Global, and there's only 4 places that you can go specifically for law or anything type of legal. And it's Fiji, St. Lucia, Barcelona, and Madrid.
There's India too.
In India? I didn't know that.
Canada.
Who wants to go back? But I want to go somewhere else and go back home. Like, I would rather go back home. No. I want to do that. So those 4 places. So I applied. I applied to Fiji. No, I lied. Yes, I did. No, I didn't. Where did I apply to? Oh, Barcelona, Madrid, and St. Lucia. Fiji was on the fence because you can only do 3. But I got into St. Lucia. So I will be going to St. Lucia in July. And it is a 4-week program and I will be doing legal aid down there. So I actually got introduced to that specific program actually at a networking event at the number 5 chambers. And this woman, her name is Reese. She actually came to UOB and do you know who that is? Okay.
Number 5 is Barista's Chamber.
I've never been there?
I have their bag somewhere. I took it from
she spoke about her St. Lucia experience, and she actually is the one that kind of started it. And as soon as she said St. Lucia, my eyes like wide open because I'm Caribbean too. So I was like, yes, I would love to do that. I would love to go down there and help people. I'll be working in a women's clinic, as well as helping marginalized communities and changing and helping amending laws in St. Lucia.
That's good.
So I'm very, very excited to go in July. 4-week program. The school gives you, it's called a Turing scheme. So you have to be there within a specific amount of time, and they give you a grant to go down there and help you and support you. And I'm already in the process. I got my flights to St. Lucia and then back to Toronto, and I'm extremely, extremely excited. I just want school year to end so I can go.
I know.
Yes. But yeah, I'm super grateful for that experience, because I feel like you can't really get that stuff if you went to law schools in Canada.
That's
you'd be like, what is St. Lucia?
Yeah, that's
don't know what
about
that
the
is.
international experience, and what I can, at least we can speak for you, will be what it really opens you up to. So,
100%. And I also applied for pro bono, and I got that.
That's good.
Yes, so I'll be doing the volunteer position for
you didn't
2025.
do any committee?
So I actually applied for the committee, and I did the 4-hour interview process. It was
4 hours.
Or was it 3? Oh, actually, it was 3 hours.
Why did they interview you for 3 hours?
It was an assessment center.
Okay.
Yeah, it was the most intense interview I've ever gotten in my life. We got in there. It was crazy. They separated the 2 groups. I did the speed interviews first. I actually got Paul. I was like, thank God. I was so nervous. I got Paul.
Faces.
I know. Yeah, you have to pretend like you didn't know who I was. Yeah, it was kind of funny. Did the speed interview. Right after that, they put you doing the written component of that.
Oh, wow. I didn't know it was that serious. I didn't do a committee position.
Oh my goodness, it was crazy. And then after that, you have to do the group project situation. You had to make a whole assessment plan. It was a lot. Yeah. But unfortunately, I didn't get the position that I wanted. But
That's
then
you're president of the society.
But they put me in the volunteer position. So I will be actually in the field helping people, and I am extremely excited for that. I'm really interested in doing flag. I want to do flag because Lucian and Kate were telling me about that.
Yeah, I did street law.
Okay.
There are different types of street. It's a big project.
It's very cool, and that's really big reason I came to Birmingham, because of the legal aid clinic. Just getting that experience and speaking to clients and actually helping them, I think that is a very good, because like advocacy or even mooting specifically, you're doing it, but it's fake. Do you know what I mean? It's fake, but I actually want to be put into the experience. So then when I go back to Canada and, go through the whole process, articling, and then actually become a lawyer, I can look back on that experience, especially in St. Lucia too. Having those 2, I think will make me like stand out like to the highest abilities and hopefully succeed. Actually, no, I know I will succeed. Yeah. But yes.
No. Yeah, that's really good. But even with the advocacy bit, which is different from pro bono, I mean, if you have time, you can still do both, doesn't it?
Yeah. I know the second year you can do advocacy.
You can do it in any year.
Like
you
for the modules though?
What do you mean?
Remember when we had to pick?
I'm talking about modules.
Or like advocacy in general.
The extracurricular activities.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So the client interviewing, negotiation, mooting, and debating. I know that mooting is the most amount of work, mooting and debating. So I didn't physically do the
it's a lot of
practical stuff, but I did the theoretical stuff on Canvas. So I did the courses, but I did negotiation and client interviewing.
Okay.
Client interviewing, I got into the finals. I used to think it was semi-finals, but I met my partner the other day and he was like, no, we went to the finals. Someone just beat us. Okay. I have to change my resume now. Take out the word semi, so I have
I know.
And then negotiation, I did negotiation with Lukian and Kate. And, Lukian and I were on the same team with someone else, and we made it to the semi-finals.
That's so good. Yay.
I don't know. It's fake, but it still teaches you skills in some way.
Yes.
Because you're faced with problems and questions, and you have to figure it out.
Yeah.
Work with your team to get to a solution. And
100%.
Other teams are like fighting it out to legally.
True. I love that. Yeah.
It sounds like your plate is already full for second.
100%. Yeah. That's just me. Yeah.
That's good.
I'm always doing so many things at once, but I love it, and I'm really happy. And the careers conference, actually, one thing that I will say.
Sorry. For those who don't know about the careers conference, for the last 3 years, I think this is the 3rd year, the UOB Canadian Society has hosted the Canadian Careers Conference, a 2-day annual event. So it talks about, we bring in lawyers and people with their legal experience from Canada, France, and people in the UK here to come and speak to students. So that's what the conference is about. You will see a video about it sometime.
Sometime it'll come out. I'll be in that one too.
You'll be yeah,
I'll be in there.
This year. But yeah, go ahead.
Yes. From that experience, I had such a great time emceeing. I haven't really did public speaking since I was in university, and that was about 2 years ago. And I was nervous. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
just
that's
like
what
talking.
Hamza was saying. I was like, you didn't seem that way.
Really? Thank God.
Yeah.
I was so nervous. But at the end, I don't know if you remember me speaking to those girls at the very end.
Mm-hmm.
But these two girls came up to me and they were just like, "Thank you, for throwing this event."
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, it makes me so happy seeing somebody that I can relate to standing in front of me. And my heart just actually melted. Yes, but my heart actually melted because all I have to say is not many people look like us in our program. So it is.
What do you mean look like us? Like me and you, or
Yes.
you are the person? Oh,
Like, she's not getting what I'm saying. Like, you guys know what I'm saying. Not many people, they know what I'm saying. They know what I'm saying.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah, they know what I'm saying. Yes.
Okay.
So not many people look like us. So being in such a role.
Yeah, in that space. Yeah.
And being in a role and being an advocate for others and coming from different backgrounds and different cultures and different environments and showing to other little girls, boys, whomever that can relate to you and can look like you is the biggest accomplishment, I think, out of all. When I was working at my law firm, there was only one Black woman lawyer. And I looked up only one. And I looked up to her.
A lot of Black law students in law school in Canada.
I know. Trust me, I know. Bay Street is very, very competitive, and that's where I want to go to. But yeah, she was the one that I looked up to, and I would be on besties with her, and I would look up to her. And I was like, yeah, I just want to be just like her. I just want to be just like her.
That's important.
But it's very important to have.
That's the diversity we're talking about.
Yeah.
And in reality, we are paying tuition to be here. So best believe you're going to see me out there.
100%. 100%.
I'm not paying in toilet roll to come to this university. So it's in Great British Pounds.
GBP.
GBP. The only,
Heck no.
The only money that has multiple names. Great British Pounds.
Yes, I am gonna take up all the every tools, every resources, and I'm gonna put my face and be like, who's that curly-headed girl? Who is she with the really long last name? Who is that? I'm making myself known in all spaces, and I'm also very loud, so that definitely helps. But yeah, representation is the biggest factor in this space because a lot of people are very intimidated. This career is so intimidating. Going through this whole process and then having to do all of these things to make yourself stand out, especially just as a woman in general, because it is obviously a male-dominated field. I'm the biggest advocate for every type of woman of color, different religion, whatever the case may be, different backgrounds, to do something like this because it is scary and they're like, oh my God, like, I don't know if I want to do it. Do it because you can do it. And don't be scared to do it because change will be hard. Change is like, obviously, it's inevitable.
That's life. You have to move forward, you have to make changes and adjustments. You have to be uncomfortable.
Yes. You have to get uncomfortable to be the best person that you can be. And I 100% stand by that. And I want other people to look at that and be like, okay, cool. If she can do it, if she came from this, she can be exactly that. Because there's people like in my program right now, in my cohort, that are like rich. They got money, and came from like big mansions, big houses, can travel here, Dubai, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, hey, we're sitting in the same class right now. And what about it? I'm getting to that point, and I'm super happy for this experience. But
that's good. That's good. Thank you so much, Olivia, for covering like a wide range of topics and discussions. I'm sure that everyone who has been watching so far, liking, subscribing, turning on the notification bell, every single thing that you need to do to get us to 1,000 subscribers. Because why are we almost 2 years in and not?
Get her some subscribers.
Thank you so much.
Get her.
But yeah, it's been really, really insightful. But before we end, I wanted to ask you, I think I've covered everything in the questions. Do you have any questions for me? I ask all my guests this, but
So, back home, everyone's like, Olivia, start a YouTube channel. So, Olivia, vlog your experience, da-da-da. How did you push yourself to do that, especially being in school at the same time? Because that is a lot.
It is.
And that, like we were talking about it before, it is a lot to put yourself out there in that way, because it is a very vulnerable position to put yourself in. So, how do you go by that?
Honestly, I don't even think about it. I just do it.
Period.
I started off with my phone, my lovely iPhone 13, and then now I use a camera too. But I just do it. I did it because, like you, before coming here, I was doing a lot of research. My research typically starts from YouTube because I'm a visual learner. I like to hear what people's experiences are. So before I would go off reading stuff on Reddit or whatnot, I would have gone through YouTube. And I saw that. I mean, I've repeated the story over and over again, but I'm still going to say it. I was looking for someone who I could see what their experience was like in the 2-year program. So there was a video from UOB that had like Paul and some Canadians. I think the video is down now, but it was uploaded from the school account and they were talking about their experience. And then I saw some other YouTube channels where people spoke about their experiences in the UK in general, but no one ever continued. So you would see a channel that was like maybe 2 years old and maybe 3 or 4 videos. And I was always curious as to why they stopped recording. I'm like, what is going on in law school that
what's going on?
And people are not like, what did you graduate? What happened in your life? So it's like, okay, I'm going to do this and I'm going to vlog the entire experience, show people my raw in time as is occurring. So if anyone is watching in the future, they can see what their experience might look like. But as time went by, I didn't want to only share my own personal experience because everyone has different experiences. So I thought of bringing other views to the channel, and it's been great. So honestly, when I started the channel, I had just students in mind, but like you and some other people have come up to me to tell me that the moms especially watch me.
Hi, mommy.
I never in my life thought that parents would also
so curious because they want to know like where their child is going to be going, where they're staying.
It makes me just know that.
That's why I take the 5-hour layovers in Amsterdam because of what happened to her in Frankfurt.
But that's the honest reason why, and I would just put it out there because I feel like people deserve to know. There is, if you come from a family where you don't have lawyers, you don't know what the road is, you don't know what the path is, you don't know what questions to ask.
You're figuring it out yourself.
You're figuring it out by yourself, and sometimes if you don't know what you're doing, you might just get lost. So like, okay, this can be a good signpost for people, and I just do it. It's a lot of work. Like this semester, I've not been able to put out a lot of videos. I've been sick a lot of times. I've had like so much going on, but still they will come eventually, and people will be able to watch whenever. It's here for life. So I just do it. I don't really like care. I just vlog the experience.
100%.
It's my creativity.
She really has her camera out.
I will tell you, take permission. Like if you don't want to be on camera, it's fine. I respect people's privacy, 100%. But otherwise, like people are always happy and like receptive to it, and it gives me joy because this semester we had first years coming in and people were like, oh, I've seen your channel on this, like telling me stuff that I was saying in the middle of the video. I'm like, okay, this person really watched. So even though yours are not commenting, I know that you're watching it too.
She's coming for everyone watching the video. But everyone coming under this video.
That's how I keep doing. I'm gonna keep going. Even though I graduate this year, I'm gonna keep doing the experience so far. So people then know how to transition into Canada because that's a big block that you don't really see people talking about.
And I feel like people are scared to talk about that process, and I don't know why.
I am not. There's nothing. See,
I don't get it.
I don't think there's anything. Let me not say nothing can really, really scare or shock me. But it's life.
It's life at the end of the day.
I can't control it. So whatever happens, I'm gonna go through it. 100%. And if so many people are doing it, why will mine be different? 100%. Oh, it's hard to get on Bay Street. Oh, well, we had someone who gave a talk on how he got into Bay Street by just, with the NCA process and how he got in. There's no need to gatekeep all this information. So it's just showing people their different paths. If you don't want to work on Bay Street, we had a criminal lawyer, not a criminal, crown attorney.
Yes.
Crown prosecutor, because they won't be called attorneys in Canada, who spoke about his experience. It's just, I want to show people that it's possible.
100%.
There are different paths to take.
100%.
And if your spirit is telling you to do it, if your mind is telling you to do it, if you know you can do it,
do it.
You have the funds to do it. because that's another thing.
Big thing.
Money is important too, so you have to be realistic.
Unfortunately, money is important. the biggest factor.
It's gold. Yeah.
Yes.
You have family, you have support. Just do it, and it's 2 years of your life that you're never going to get back. So if you say you want to go to law school this year, you keep procrastinating it. Like,
do it.
Might as well just start. Some people are like, I'm too old.
You're never old.
Maybe I'm already 30. Well, you're still going to be 32. Might as well be 32 with a law degree in 2 years.
Exactly.
So that's,
especially the 2-year program.
Yeah.
Obviously in Canada, you need a
3 years.
A degree to go start, in Canada. But having a next degree too, that you got internationally, also traveling, going to places, meeting new people, networking, connecting at the exact same time. Yeah. Like what Paul said, it was last year in the careers thing that we did in the very beginning of the year. He said he believes, and Paul, shout out to that guy, because he will make you feel like you're the most special person in the world, especially when you're feeling very, very low about yourself and like being here alone. But having him,
it's a good pillar for. What? We're in the library too. No,
just like walked past. I got so distracted for a second. So sorry. Cut that out. Cut that out. What was I saying? Paul. Having someone that pushes you. But Paul said, being Canadian, being here, and going, if you want to go back, because some people are saying, but if you want to go back to Canada, having this experience, in my opinion and Paul's opinion, and I don't know if we will agree with me, but it's a lot more, shows a lot more dedication, shows a lot more hard work.
It's unique
on our perspective, because we're learning about, obviously, English law. When we come back, we have to learn on top of English law, Canadian law.
You can essentially qualify in both locations.
Yes, but I think it shows more hard work and that you want it 10 times more than the regular schmegler JD student. No tea, no shade, but like it shows that we want it 10 times more because we're working 20 times more harder and doing more exams, more prep, more everything.
Yeah. And there are people who also, some people who are already in this program, some of them didn't get accepted to law schools in Canada.
Yeah, which is okay. I didn't apply to any.
Some people might have not passed the LSAT, but you're not. Exams are like that, or other schools they refuse to let those things stop them. They refuse to take no for an answer. Yeah. And they still went for
LSAT is a scam. That's
so I don't like that exam as well.
It doesn't. If you did not do well or you're trying again and again, it does not. It's not you. It doesn't determine your pathway. Maybe it's just not what you're meant to be doing in that specific moment. Yeah. But don't let it define you as a person. Because when I tell you, working at the law firm, all the lawyers say there's nothing to do.
Heck, even law professors at Osgood, because I used to go to Osgood for like their black people, whatever.
Yeah. Black people, whatever.
Is it Bolsa? I can't remember what they were called, but they would like have events and whatnot. I attended some of those because I really wanted to go to Osgood. My thing was York. I'm already in York. I just want to be
Go
York,
Lions.
York. I know, York. And I was like, okay, I'm already qualified to be in the UK. I spent a lot of money on this LSAT exam, like a Princeton review, and one of the things that I do thousands of dollars, and I'm like, this exam is not making any sense to me. Why am I doing this to myself?
Yeah, it is.
I was like, okay, no.
It is the most ridiculous.
This and decide, I don't know, wherever I want to practice, because you can use your UK law degree anywhere. Yeah, literally,
you can.
Anywhere. Last year's conference, we had someone calling in from Asia. That what country were? Oh God, I forgot the country. But I know there were people from Asia who called in. They went through UOB and then they did the GPLLM.
Okay.
And then decided to move back. Wow. To Asia as well.
That's so cool.
To Asia, and like it just shows you the varieties of things that you can do with your UK law degree. So
yeah.
You also see what I'm gonna do with this degree.
Okay.
Best believe.
Okay.
I'm gonna squeeze it.
Okay. You'll see me employment law. Olivia Gomez. Don't worry, Indigenous law. I'll be helping Indigenous people.
That's good.
Because it's a very specific niche, but I really, really am very, very passionate about it, and
that's good.
I'm gonna push forward.
That's good.
As one does.
That's good.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, everyone. If you've stayed up until this point and watched the video, thank you so much.
Which you better have.
Which you better believe have. I hope you've liked, shared, subscribed. Let us know if you have any questions in the comment section. If you have a favorite part of the video, let us know as well. Share. Because why are you gatekeeping information like this?
Thank
you so much for watching. I will see you all in my next video. Have a good one. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye. Bye, mommy.
I have to charge you every time you see me.
Bye, mommy.
Okay. I haven't ended the video, but okay. Ciao.
I need a tan so bad.
You want to look like me?
No, yes, I need a tan so bad. I'm going to Tenerife. Hey, see, you can travel 30 pounds, no problem.
Yeah, flight tickets are cheap.
Flights are cheap. Yeah, no. Well, this will be the end.
Yeah, flights
are cheap. Go anywhere, travel anywhere. You are young.
Yeah, you're young.
Have fun. It's okay to have fun and do school at the same time. It's called multitasking, prioritizing.
And it's a skill too.
Yeah, it's a very big skill, but I need a tan. So this weather is just not it over here.
It's been sunny for the last couple of days though.
That's a lie. It was sunny today.
It was sunny yesterday.
It was sunny today.
Then it rained the other days.
Exactly. Last week was
it's better than
feeling like
winter.
Canada.
It's better than snow.
Yeah, no.
I don't want a snowstorm. I'll take a freaking rainy weather darkness any day.
I would too.
Shoveling snow.
I would too.
Okay, bye.
Bye.